All right, hello everyone, community. Dig the Falls live again Tuesday night. Uh, we are Dig the Falls. We do have a very large uh, New York State waterfall survey, but really what we're all about is just getting people outdoors, cleaning up trails, building trails, and just having fun. So, been around since 2005, and we've been growing. We've got a great team, and hopefully in the coming minutes we can have a couple of those team members jump on with me. But until then, we're going to have some fun. I'm actually going to show off a new book that I put out, and what's going to happen with this book is it's any proceeds that come from this book itself are actually going to go directly to activities by Dig the Falls. So I don't know if anybody saw, but the we launched this week, and really it's kind of something that has has been coming for a long time, and it just took me a little while to actually get it together. But basically, what it does is it allows you to capture your adventures. So let's see if I can get this. And really, what it does is it gives you a way to capture the day, the waterfall, the location, rating. But the most important part I like is this right here. It allows you to be mindful of when you're there. So basically sit back. It actually says, while at the waterfall, take a moment, close your eyes, and listen. How do you feel? Really, what we want to do is we want to start promoting actually enjoying the location that you're at. Uh, not worrying about photos, not worrying about your Instagram, your whatever you're doing, but actually enjoying being there and being more self-aware of how you're feeling while you're at the location. So, uh, not a lot of people kind of realize, but when you're at a waterfall, it's emitting ions, that your body is taking in. These ions actually help your body, with negative energy, and it literally makes you feel better by being next to these waterfalls. So I'm hoping what people can do is, grab this book and just kind of, follow along on their journey and just kind of, write what they're feeling. What I will ask though is right now it's on Amazon. I'm going to ask people to wait until I actually have a blog that I'm going to try to put out tonight. And in that blog, the book will actually be much less expensive than if you go to Amazon and try to purchase on there. So the way that Amazon is kind of set up, it doesn't really allow for good pricing on Amazon itself. So I want to offer it up on Dig the Falls itself and offer you guys a better cost for the this guide itself. So, but I think you guys will really enjoy this. I'm going to use the heck out of this. I'm going to grab probably 4 or 5 more just for myself because I love it so much. It turned out really nice. I'm also going to be offering a couple different um, waterfalls on the cover. So if you guys see waterfall, no waterfall that you would love to see on the cover, just let me know, and I could probably change that up pretty easily. So just let me know. Second off, I actually have a lot of guides sitting here that are brand new that are actually second guides for me. So I've got uh, extra guides. So what I want to start doing is maybe trying to put together like giveaways or maybe find people that haven't received guides, that want guides that just can't get them in hand. So I really want to start giving them away. So I have a brand new copy of the 50 Falls Challenge, which was actually shouted out by a potential senator. I believe it's a senator, maybe wrong, but just recently he's actually doing the 50 Falls Challenge as well, and I'm pretty excited about that. John Haywood is the author, obviously. John Haywood and Russell Don, legends, of course. And then I don't know if any of you remember, but I actually had a sale, not a sale, but an auction to raise funds for Dig the Falls trail building excursions. And we had these 4 books. All 4 of these were up there, and they were bid on, but they just the person didn't pay for them, and I'm not sure if they just forgot or whatever. But so these are brand new; they're available, and I'm going to be creating a giveaway for these as well. So nothing major, just going to jump up on our Dig the Falls community on Facebook, and just do kind of like a random drawing for everyone. But these are basically what started the Dig the Falls adventure way back when. I found these and I kept digging because Russell Dunn, he does the eastern portion of New York, but when it comes to the western portion, he stopped for good reason, which I found out later. But I was looking for him to have done the entire state because these were so great. So, but these will be giveaway items at some point in the very near future. So keep an eye on those as well. I do have several other books and some prints, some large format prints that I'm also going to probably be doing some kind of giveaway for as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. But so I wanted to get to something that we talked about the last Tuesday in very short form. Towards the end of the broadcast, the live session, we talked about the Steps app. And if you wanted to take your time, you could actually go to the Steps app. And it's called Steps Map My World. So if you go to either the iPlay or the Play Store or the Apple Store, if you look up Steps Map Your World, it should come up pretty quickly. And basically, it's like a mapping app that you pop on your phone, uses your location services, finds things that are directly around you. They have a lot of maps on there already. They're really fantastic maps, like family maps and coffee maps and vegan and bike sharing maps. And ours is one of the few that actually focuses directly on hikes and waterfalls and things like that. So we're working directly with the Steps team to try to get up as many locations as possible. The caveat with that is that we need to get as many community members as we can. So if you haven't already joined the Steps app, I would jump on. It's a fantastic little community map. You can join our community or any of the other ones that are actually available on the app itself. And it's really simple to use, and basically you just open it up, choose which map you want for that day, and it finds locations that are nearest to you and gives you information. And people have given feedback on the locations, and they've rated them. They've offered up photos of locations, so it's actually a really fun app to have installed. I am not an app collector. I try to keep as few apps on my phone as possible, but in this case, I was actually happy to download it to my phone. It's really great to use. So check it out. Steps Map My World. It's really fun, and I believe that it's going to grow the community exponentially moving forward. So check it out. Excuse me. So we haven't been out much. We're going to have a New York hashtag New York Second Saturday very soon, coming up in July. I will be at Burden Pond again. Probably will be there for the rest of the summer as well. New York Second Saturdays are all about getting out, whether it be a major park, a small park, a local green space, literally like a community garden. It's all about just getting out. Bonus points if you can pick up some trash. Bonus points if you can do some selfies and hashtag us. But really, what we want to do is we want to get people outside and give them a reason and a day to remember to get outside. So the second Saturday of every month, we're going to be trying to push you guys to get outside. So that's what that's all about as well. I wanted to kind of give a quick shout out to a couple of people, organizations that have, really been doing some great things for Dig the Falls and also the community at large. So, number one, I'd like to shout out Julie from Show Me Your Falls. Uh, she's actually part of the Dig the Falls team, but her and her daughter Bella have been doing just for the last couple of years have been just killing it as far as like spreading the word and bottle drives. I mean, geez, the last couple of years she's filled up my entire vehicle, the entire SUV with bottles and cans. So really, really happy to shout out Show Me Your Falls. If you go to Facebook, just search Show Me Your Falls. Got some great content, funny stuff, good photos. And then Expedition Midlife is really great too. Those guys came down for our last New York Second Saturday. They killed it on the trail. I mean, they like created and helped us create brand new trail. It was awesome to see them work, and it's awesome to have them on the trail crew. It was a lot of fun. So Expedition Midlife, search them on Facebook as well. They've got a hike challenge with a patch and everything. So check them out. Donna McCabe, I'm hoping she can jump on tonight. She may not, but she's also been doing a lot for Dig the Falls as well. A lot of writing, a lot of shout outs, a lot of just being there for us. So really appreciate that. And then lastly, I just want to say, the Dig the Falls team as a whole has been, phenomenal. They've always just been there, giving me great advice as far as if I had any questions or concerns with what I'm doing with the community or what features I want to release or anything like that. So Dig Falls team is phenomenal. I can't say enough about them. So what I will say is people that are watching, ask questions. Post any questions you want. I mean, if you've got a question about a waterfall, if you've got a question about a location, any of our best practices, what we do on a normal, hike, normal cleanup / trail build, whatever. I mean, it's open. It's an ask me anything. I'm always willing to help out. I would say for any of our trail days, come there expecting anything, because really what you can do is you can bring your dogs, love having the family pets along. You could bring your kids, love having the kids along. I'm going to start bringing my kids to the trail days because they're old enough now that I can run a trail crew while also knowing that they're going to stay safe. So whereas before they were toddlers, so they would run off, and I couldn't run the trail crew at the same time. So, but it goes from there to kids and dogs to okay, if you show up with a mattock and a pickaxe and a shovel, you're going to be using those as well. So, we do a pretty wide range of things on our trail days, on our New York Second Saturdays. So it's always good to see new people, new faces. So come on down. Don't think that you're not going to add value. Even if literally you sit at the trailhead, you're adding value. So I would like to get a couple of friends to hike with me to a spot you recommend. Also going to invite my son and his wife. They love to hike with their dogs. Okay, tell me what area of the state you're going to be at, and I could probably give you some really good suggestions. It's showing Facebook users, so I'm assuming you're on the Dig the Falls community. Inside of Dig the Falls, it's a semi-private community, so it doesn't show some of the information on here. But yeah, give me an idea of where in the state you're going to be, and I will definitely give you some good spots. Okay, so you're not downstate, but Orange County. Let me think on that, because I like Minnewaska. I like Sam's Point. I like Bashpish is a little bit farther from you. but Bashbus is always like just like one of my favorites. Also, if you go to shoot, what is it called? It's called now I've got to look it up because okay, so actually, you know what? Check this out. I'm gonna do something fun here. Oh, Will Travel, that's good too, because you know, John Boyd Thatcher Park in the capital region, Rensselaerville Falls. I will suggest getting, let's see here, these two guides. Okay, let's see if I can get them in. These two guides right here are really, really great for those regions, for your area. Depending on where you're wanting to travel, I would say Doverstone, uh, Doverstone. Geez, I can't remember the name for some reason, but Doverstone is always great. But Sam's Point, Minnewaska are two fantastic spots. They kind of get, depending on the day, they can get a lot of people, but I don't think you'd have a problem. You know, if you showed up at say 10 o'clock in the afternoon or morning, and showed up at either one of those places, I don't think it would feel overwhelming as far as how many people were there. The trail systems are really, really great. You know, Sam's Point has a ice cave, has a waterfall, and has what do they call them? Dwarf pines. So it's a really, really unique spot that you're not going to see. It's a unique ecological area, so you're not going to see it, you know, many places. And then Minnewaska just is just amazing. I mean, you can do anything from trails to rock climbing to scuba diving in the lake. So, so I would definitely suggest it as well. Doverstone Church is the other one I was thinking of. So definitely check that one out. If any of those don't feel like it's something that you want to do, email me at info@digthefalls.com, and you know, we'll chat for sure. We'll definitely chat because I've got a ton of different places. My team has a ton of different places as well. So yeah, Sam's Point is like it's legit like an awesome spot. The one thing I would say is with Sam's Point, the last time I went there, I had my Basset with me, and um, a lot of the hike is like kind of like rocky slash like the rock base itself is like sandpaper. So like we had our dog with us, and the particular hike that we went on was I want to say 4 or 5 miles round trip. It was a nice hike, but my dog actually had one of his pads kind of wear down, and we wound up having to carry him out. So you know, if anything, maybe you know, if you're going to bring a family pet, you want to make sure either you've got the little booties for the dog, hiking boots, or just consider the surface for the dogs anyway. So, but yeah, it's a dynamite spot to check out. So I would definitely suggest that. And then, if anybody can, I would definitely pick up, some of Russell Dunn's books. They're always really great for. He covers basically from a little north of New York City all the way up to the Adirondacks, and then over uh, between Albany and the Finger Lakes. He kind of stops, and the reason for that is, I interviewed him a long time ago, and basically he said it's not worth him covering the rest of the state because you've got people like Scott Ensminger and others that have actually done a really great job at taking care of the western and central portion of New York State. And for those of you who do not know Scott Ensminger, he is the admin of fallsguy.com, and basically, he's got the Western New York Central area survey for waterfalls and things like that. So he's been doing it for decades. He's got everything out there. If you don't find it on his site, it's probably because either he hasn't had the time to put it there or it's posted. And he is a very, very strong advocate for landowner rights and not putting anything up online that's posted. We've tried to do that so far, and because of him, we've kind of you know, we've tried to mirror what he's doing. The problem is you come across some locations that, while they are private and posted, they are well traveled. Like, a lot of people know about them, and a lot of people are going there constantly. So in those cases, if they do show up on our site, it's because we want to educate people that either it is posted and they're not supposed to be there, or they're absolutely going to be ticketed, fined when they show up. So that's kind of um, why we do that. So, um, but anyway, so I lost my train of thought there. Okay, so Scott Ensminger, sorry, I got contacted by Carl, one of our team members. So, but anyway, so that's why Russell Dunn does not cover the Western and Central New York areas. There are a couple other books that, you know, take care of those areas as well. But I would say, you know, do your research, read the reviews, because there are a couple of really good ones. Minerva, hi, it's good to hear from you. Awesome. It was you. Okay, great, great, great. Yeah, Min, it's been way too long. We need to talk sometime soon. I'll definitely get in touch with you because we've got some great areas. But yeah, so um, for Western or Eastern New York, I mean, there's literally, you know, 2,000 plus probably, you know, waterfalls that you could hit up. But you know, it's hard because there's so many to choose from. So yeah, we'll keep in touch, because I'd love to give you some tips. And actually, we have to get together, hike or something, because it's been way too long, too many years. Light hikes, excellent. Okay, excellent. So light hikes are good. Um, I've actually been really surprised. I've been seeing a lot of places pop up with like ADA compliant hiking, and there's actually one in Letchworth State Park right now that is specifically created. The hiking trail system is specifically created for people with autism and Asperger's. So, like, you know, the whole hike is like a uh, very specifically set up to, you know, help them enjoy like the experience and everything. It's really great. So and I can't remember the exact name, but if you search you know, Letchworth State Park Autism Trail, I'm sure you'll find it like right away. It's really great. They just finally like officially opened it within the last couple of years. And it's, from what I've seen of the photos, I haven't hiked it yet, but from what I've seen of the photos, it's absolutely gorgeous. So, and I've been seeing a lot of people post about how they want to visit Letchworth State Park because they've got some time or whatever, and you know, they're looking for some suggestions on when to go, where to go, whatever. Letchworth is one of those parks that basically you could go whenever, and you can almost hit at least half of the park is a, no matter what, you could go there, and it's going to be an absolutely awesome hike. I would say toward the Mount Morris side. So from, let's see here, so between Perry and Mount Morris, um, from that point to Mount Morris, the park gets a little boring. And the reason why I'm putting boring in there is because if you start at any other point in the park and then you go to that that area, the boring area, it's not fair, because basically, like, you know, they call it the Grand Canyon of the East for a reason. You know, you know, you go into the Castile entrance, and basically you're met with an, an a chasm that is about a half a mile wide, and it's, you know, hundreds of feet deep. So, you know, when you're walking along something like that and you're seeing waterfalls and you're seeing, you know, just this awesome, like, you know, awesome chasm. It's like, you know, and then you go to like the Mount Morris end, they've got a dam. Yeah, they've got a chasm, but it's kind of at the boring side now, it's all straight, and it's like, okay, yeah, you've got some rock cliffs down here, but no waterfalls. But if you start at the Mount Morris side and then you work your way up, you know, it's actually a really nice area. You know, the trails are really well taken care of. They're beautiful. Um, you know, I mean, geez, I think the park itself is 24 miles long, and then you take that and multiply it by, you know, dozens and dozens of different trail spurs and trail systems throughout the entire area. Hey, you've got, you know, 100 miles worth of trails that you can hike just in the park alone. Not even talking about, you know, the, you know, dozens and dozens of waterfalls that they have. You can creek walk. You can, you know, the only barriers inside the park itself are really along the major drops, but otherwise everything else is kind of free range. Like as long as you're abiding by the, you know, principles of leave no trace, you can pretty much go anywhere you want inside the park and visit all these little feeder streams that go into the Genesee River. It's really just an amazing thing. So I would say if anybody's interested in going to Letchworth Park, you know, if you want like the bang for your buck type of trip, hit the start at the Portageville entrance and go down to the Perry entrance. Make sure you hit Wolf Creek. If you want kind of the road less traveled, hit the Nunde side. You don't have to pay the $5 or $6 or whatever it is for to get into the park. You get to see most or almost all of the major waterfalls. Plus, you get trails that barely anybody uses because almost nobody knows about the Nunde side. They've got picnic areas over there, you know, and then a really nice hike over to Middle and Upper Falls. You get to see those, plus the train trestle. And then if you travel a little bit further in, you get to see Inspiration Point and all the other places too. So definitely hit the Nunde side. And then if you're looking for just some really mellow hiking, I would say there's mellow hiking throughout the entire park. If you go to Lower Falls, you're going to hit a lot of stairs. If you go to the train trestle, you're going to hit a lot of stairs and a lot of elevation change. But anybody that's been to the Adirondacks, this isn't, you know, it's child's play basically. It's not much at all. But if you're used to, you know, if you're used to flat trails, yeah, a lot of stairs and stuff are really going to bother you. So, but yeah, I would say Letchworth State Park in general is just a great spot to visit. And if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter because you can pretty much stop anywhere and you're going to see something awesome. So, Portageville and a Castile entrance is pretty much where everyone starts off. Um, Perry entrance and a Nunde entrance are a little less known, but still very, very awesome if you hit those instead. So, so I would hit those up. Um, I would, if while you're in the area, if you're going to go from Letchworth to, say, Watkins Glen, you know, also want to keep in the back of your mind that Stony Brook State Park is also a very nice park. When I was a kid, you could go down there, you could swim in all the water holes, you could walk through the creek, you didn't care at all. That's changed since I was a kid, obviously. You know, I mean, that was, oh God, I hate to admit that, but it was 30 years ago. So, so since 30 years ago, people have grown a little less educated. Maybe I'm not really sure on outside practices. They've also learned how to use Instagram and selfies and want to get the best shots to show everyone. And you know, people are falling off cliffs and tops of waterfalls. So people at Stony Brook or the, you know, the staff at Stony Brook have decided that to try to keep people on the trails as much as possible. So in saying that, when you go to Stony Brook, they have a swimming area when you first drive in. It's the creek, but they have like a little dam that they create a swimming area. It's really nice. Otherwise, you have a gorge trail that you can walk all the way up the gorge, see the multiple waterfalls all the way through. They're all beautiful. It's an absolutely great hike. I definitely would say anybody check it out. And then they have an upper gorge trail that, walks along the top of the gorge that you can see certain things. You can't see as much, but it's still a beautiful hike. And then they have a campground on site as well. So I don't think it really fills up very as fast as Letchworth or Watkins Glen. So if you kind of miss out and can't get to either one of those, hit up Stony Brook for camping, because it's actually a nice campground. So, but so I've been babbling on for about 30 minutes here about different things, and really what I want to say is anybody that has any questions, it's good to see you too, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Anybody else that has any questions, has any, they want maybe some hiking suggestions, any locations they want to go to, or just a question about a location, just let us know. We get a lot of questions, and we try to get as much of that information out as possible. We try to reply to emails, to text, to Facebook messages as quickly as possible. So just let us know, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. Again, hold off on buying this on Amazon, because I'm going to try to pop up a blog as quickly as possible, and it will be considerably less expensive on the blog from us than it will be from Amazon. And again, also, I'm going to be trying to find new homes for these books, plus some large format photos and some other books too. So otherwise, stay safe hiking, use all the leave no trace principles, and happy waterfalling.